Ain't no cars banging how we banging.
Like, I heard the niggas say some like, but some of them niggas be running with the Hoovers. I done seen like 4 or 5 of them niggas on the same yard. Each one of them niggas run different cars.
There's no parts of us with them starting to the finish. Only thing I got love and respect for the Hoovers, because I know a lot of Hoovers, you know what I'm saying?
They used to say groove and all that. We the first niggas that push that crim.
How you the first? Niggas been claiming crim since the early 90s. Y'all came out in the late 90s. Y'all weren't the first ones to push that crim shit. And then on top of that, you have other niggas that was claiming criminal too. 211 criminal in Linwood, Homeboy criminal, you know, in over there in that mid-city area. To think that y'all just invented calling each other crim and pushing crim, niggas was already calling each other crims. The homies already been told a story coming from the Boogie Down Productions and the Criminal Minded and all that, right? So come on, that's a little bit of revisionist history. That's not really being historically honest here. All right, man, we finna check this hood vlog out. Fucking with my niggas from Edgemont, Moreno Valley. You know, shout out to my nigga Trub, Free Trub. I got something, me and him got something coming, man. Y'all look out for that. But we gonna take a look at this Edgemont hood vlog. You know, I done seen a couple of them they already did. I seen the one they did with Roughneck. Seen the first one they did with Valley Club. You know, but this S5 Daddy right here. You know what's some controversy we gonna talk to? You know, me and Trigger Bird was talking about this when I was just out there in LA last month. You know, kind of getting to the origins and the story of the history, because the homies, as far as the homies concerned, you know, non-dudes Hoover started Edgemont. You know what I'm saying? Edgemont, a lot of the Edgemont, you know, it seemed like maybe some revisionist history is coming. You know, some people are saying, well, there was other influences. But we got to understand something, though. You put that criminal on it. Where did that criminal come from, though? You see what I'm saying? So, you know, but it's all good, man. You know, much love and respect to the Edgemonts and, you know, things of that nature. You know, they own powerhouse and they own regard out there in the IE doing their thing in Moreno Valley. So, yeah, let's just take a look, man. Let's take a look.
Let y'all know about this Edgemont. You know, the west side, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the best side. You know what I'm saying? The only side. Get it? Man, you know what I'm saying? We right here in the hood, you know what I'm saying? Outside, we outside right now, you know what I'm talking about?
Next up from Edgemont, West Side Criminals from Edgemont Ave, 226. I grew up here, Edgemont Avenue, the alley, allies, all that. Got out of prison, I just did 14 years.
Mr. Watch Your man, also known as Max Mother Stick for the record and for the money though, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's my son.
There isn't no other gang in Riverside County, black gang, that functions how we function. We got an actual neighborhood. We actually from here. We was born and bred here. No other gang has generations how we do, have sections how we do.
Yeah, because that's kind of, you know, the thing with the IE and in certain places in general. The IE is a very, I would say, a transient area where people are coming and moving from different places and they bouncing around constantly. They're constantly moving. So because of that, what you have is these kind of nomadic type of gangs, and you may have like a little stronghold in these places, but predominantly the members aren't people who have spent a significant portion of their life and upbringing actually in the areas in which they claim a lot of times. And the IE isn't the only place that's like that, but it definitely is one of the places that is like that for sure.
Yeah, nobody got what we got.
We the reason why they call it the murder.
Stupid.
You know what I'm saying? Real talk though.
Stamped, certified, and still here. And still got a hood like I said before. Cross right there, straight across again. That's the police station. So you tell me what's going on around this. We still around this motherfucker doing what we do. We are EBK like far as, you know, our enemy and what's going on. It's the boogeyman. You know what I'm saying? It's the boogeyman.
Mr. Belt the ass himself.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, Ski.
Edgemont Criminals. You know what I'm saying? We right here in the hood. You know what I'm talking about? See, that's what I'm saying. See, people be forgetting where they at. This the community, and I love my community. No disrespect to anybody that feel how they feel. It is what it is, but this is our hood.
Valley Club.
I was in prison and shit, you know what I'm saying? But I was on the streets before he started loaning and shit, and he used to let me hear his little shit, you know what I'm saying? I used to be like, damn, that nigga got something going on. And I didn't know if he was gonna really take it that serious like that. I went to jail, boom. And while I was in there, a couple of years while I'm in there, they say, your son rapping and shit. I was like, what? So when I get to prison, we got the tablet, finally got to see him. Oh shit, he's doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? And I was like,
Yeah, S5, man, or Stone the Fifth. He got, you know, he got a real interesting type of sound. This really my shit. I be having this on repeat. This Criminals and Lows for sure. And that shit, what's that shit he got with Rainbow Colors? That nigga went crazy on them. But you know, he got a real unique sound. Tap in with him if you haven't.
Like, okay.
You excited to see the numbers?
Hell yeah, man. I was just proud to see my son, period, doing his thing. I was proud to see him doing that shit. So.
On the first, where we just touched down.
Oh, man, you know what I'm saying? We got the implement, you know what I'm saying? Old school. I was just going to say Ken's, man.
Okay.
Throwback right here, man. This is where I grew up at when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? Ken's liquor store, so we gonna still call it Ken's, you know what I'm saying?
For people at home, it's about a half mile, was that about a quarter mile down from the avocado burger store?
Yes, it's a quarter mile. We in the hood. We in the
here.
heart of the hood right now. We at the hood, the infamous Ken's liquor store, you know what I'm saying? Where you don't want to go. That's back in the day we had food stamps in your hand, not the card. Excuse me, food stamps in your hand, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
A lot of y'all niggas don't remember that. A lot of y'all ain't old enough to remember when they used to have a book of food stamps. Feel me? Y'all niggas only know about the EBT card, man. We before the EBT card. We been having them motherfuckers stamp, all them different colors. Feel me? Y'all wasn't back there. Y'all EBT card generation. Y'all wasn't really struggling with us back in the day.
It was Edgemont and what was that?
Edgemont and Sunnymead, California.
Okay.
Basically, it was split up, but at the end of the day, it still was Moreno Valley. But it was Edgemont, California, meaning that's why if you look on the geographic map, this is really Edgemont. This not just because it's a hood. It's Edgemont. If you go to 215, it's really on Edgemont.
It's actual.
Yes. You feel me? So, what hood did you know that has that? I don't think nobody knows that. They gotta do their history.
Like people don't like.
The only hood I know about that's like that is Matavia, right? So let's just put that in. Edgemont, California. There's some rich history there. Edgemont, Riverside County, California. You see that? Edgemont, California. So Edgemont was an unincorporated community in Riverside County, right? It was originally named Rose Arbor, and it was subdivided for poultry ranches in 1923. So it was like its own thing, right? It was unincorporated. By 1984, the population was 49,702. The state economic boom fueled the construction of new houses and businesses, leading to a push for the area to incorporate as a city. Although similar measures had failed previously in 1968 and 1983, the measure to form the city of Moreno Valley was approved by the area's voters in 1984. On December 3rd, 1984, the communities of Edgemont, Sunnymead, and Moreno united along with nearby areas to form the general law city of Moreno Valley. Okay, boom. So it's Edgemont, Sunnymead, and Moreno. Boom. Okay.
Okay.
It's like how can you say it? Beverly Hills, Hollywood. They got their own stamp, but it's still Los Angeles.
Well, yeah, yes and no, right? Yes and no, because Beverly Hills and Hollywood was like that, but they're their own cities now, right? See, Beverly Hills is a city in LA County. They were all a part of the city, and then they broke off. Now Beverly Hills is literally its own city. Hollywood, its own city. You even got Hollywood. West Hollywood is not its own city, but North, of course, North Hollywood is. WeHo is. Oh, it is. West Hollywood is even its own city. Jesus Christ. You see what I'm saying? So that's different. Essentially, instead of Edgemont becoming its own thing, it just merged with the other cities and became a new city. But what was I gonna say? Matavia though. Matavia is similar to Edgemont though. So look, this church located in a neighborhood known as Old Town Matavia. So Matavia back in the day really was like its own town. So I guess they got similar history. Matavia handball correlates. They got similar history as far as from a city basis, and then also kind of being from a gang that's not, didn't fall up under the politics or all the other, kind of did its own thing, forged its own way. So, you know, that's interesting.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So the Edgemont is still considered as Edgemont. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the land ain't really like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I love my soil, because we are own.
Right.
We are own identity as itself. You know what I'm saying? EBK with the black flag, not meaning for that word that was in the narrative of the last segments that's handled, that we don't represent that. You know what I'm saying? We got love for Crips, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we are EBK, like far as, you know, our enemy and what's going on. It's not directed to anybody else like that, and we don't use that word, you feel me? So I'm here to say with my homies.
And this is the problem though. Let's go here, because this be the shit we be talking about. You go to 10 different niggas from one particular gang, you're going to get 10 different answers, right? And this is why we got to get to the bottom. But this is why when the homie Trig was tapping in, like, bro, we got to boom, boom. We got to get to the bottom of this Edgemont shit because we got niggas saying this and this saying this. But, you know, the homies from 9 Deuce, they saying, nigga, we was out there in Moreno Valley. We was doing our thing, and Edgemont come from us. You see, but I don't know, you know, and this ain't no disrespect, but the niggas be coming with revisionist history. Because what he's referring to in the last vlog that Valley Club did, in the Edgemonts, nigga said that C word, you know, that disrespectful term toward the Crips. That term was used very loosely by a young member. Now look what as one said.
The last segments that's handled, that we don't represent that. You know what I'm saying? We got love for Crips, you know what I'm saying? Right. You know?
He said what was said in the last segment, we don't represent that, we got love for Crips. Well, hey, we criminals too. And, you know, homies be definitely using that word, but still got love for plenty of Crips. So that doesn't negate nothing, really. Let's go to Edgemont. I'm going to spell it wrong. And this one was S5.
I ain't gonna lie, we was the first out here, bro. We was the first out here.
Really? No, I'm going to keep it all the way jiggy, man. We was the original first torturous hood, but I'm gonna give it up. The first hood that was out here was the Death Wish Crips.
Death Wish Crips?
Death Wish Crips. They come up there from the north side.
Yeah, they was first, but they wasn't banging how we was banging.
You're supposed to say they was first, but we way worse.
Bro, ain't no cops banging how we banging, fool.
You heard what Cud just said? Hold on. Look what Crim just said.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I'm
ain't no
the real story.
Yeah,
they
but
was first.
Yeah, they was first, but they wasn't banging how we was banging, bro. Ain't no cops banging how we banging, fool.
And I seen on the net people arguing back and forth.
Ain't no, he said that C word, banging how we banging. Now, S1, you saying we don't represent that. Let's hear what he said one more time.
For that word that was in the narrative of the last segments that's handled, that we don't represent that. You know what I'm saying? We got love for Crips, you know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying?
Now listen, we gotta be real. Something that we have to understand when we dealing in the streets and gangs and all that. This is no country for old men. It's not. Whatever the young niggas are saying, whatever line the young niggas is pressing, that's the reality of the situation, right? So if the young niggas is pushing that disrespectful word toward the Crips, then that's what the turf is pushing. It don't matter what some of the older gentlemen have to say about that. Even when you go to the history of the Hoovers. When you go into our history and the homies is telling me, oh, boom, boom, when niggas was flipping over and flipping cram, there was resistance. Certain older niggas, they didn't want to get down with that criminal thing. And they was pushing the line on the young niggas who was coming with that criminal thing. This is just from what I heard. This happened 91, 92. I am a motherfucking baby. I have no clue. I wasn't there, right? But all I know is this is what I heard from several reputable sources who lived it. But eventually, the young niggas prevailed, and that criminal thing began to be associated with Hoover and synonymous with. So synonymous, anytime you hear the word criminal associated with a gang, they automatically associate anybody with us. And this is what the Edgemonts is trying to, you know, say they're not. But this is the cold part, because I want to explore this a little bit. It says, this title of this, it says no relation to Hoover Criminals. Well, how can that be possible? If y'all admit that there was Hoovers in the Edgemont area prior to the creation, the formation of the Edgemont Criminals, if that existed, right, then how can there be zero relation at all? Even if y'all can say, well, we wasn't Hoovers, but, you know, the criminal identity made sense to us. It's just like the Crip identity or the blood identity or whatever. It is an identity that is refusing to fall up under any of the previously established, you know, umbrella gangs or gang alliances, whatever the fuck. It's essentially a rebel. It's like a rebel flag at that point. Like, nigga, this criminal, nigga, we ain't fucking with no, but we on this EBK, like he said, we on some everybody killer shit. You know, why not just at least give it up like, okay, that's where that influence came from. You ain't got to say, nigga, Hoover started us or we in the Hoover car, you know, or whatever. But if you criminals, I mean, y'all should run with criminal. I mean, that just, to me, that just make the most sense in the world. The Crips with the Crips, the Bloods with the Brothers. Shouldn't the Crims be with the Crims? That would make sense. No, I don't know. Let's watch a little bit more of this though.
They say you guys took like on the with the Hoover Criminals. Is that a thing or no? Is that
Nah, man, we black rags, they orange rags.
See, but that's the, he said we black rags, they orange rags. Well, we orange rag and blue rags. But that comes from, of course, the hat. That comes from the hat, right? The orange ain't necessarily just synonymous with being a criminal. The orange is synonymous with the H hat. So, I mean, y'all ain't, the E is not H, so y'all shouldn't be orange rags by that standard anyway.
We EBK, you feel me?
Okay, and we was EBK before y'all even came out though. Like, come on.
They pushed it too, but you know, they used to say groove and all that. We the first niggas that pushed that crim.
Come on. How you the first? Niggas been claiming crim since the early 90s. Y'all came out in the late 90s. Y'all weren't the first ones to push that crim shit. And then on top of that, you have other niggas that was claiming criminal too. 211 criminal in Linwood, Homeboy criminal, you know, in over there in that mid-city area, right? So to think that y'all just invented calling each other crim and pushing crim, niggas was already calling each other crims. The homies already been told a story coming from the Boogie Down Productions and the Criminal Minded and all that, right? So come on, that's a little bit of revisionist history. That's not really being historically honest here.
Now they all pushing crim and all that. But yeah, man, we push the black rag, you know. We from out here. We don't do nothing in LA.
Here's the thing too, is because when you know about Edgemont, because he said that C word, right? And where is the United Gangs, right? So watch this. Just to give y'all a source. You see this Dorner Block Criminal Gang? You see that? Look at this, Dorner Block Criminal Gang. The Edgemont Dorner Block Criminal Gang, also known as Dorner Block Criminals, which consists of 3 individual gangs, Dorner Block Crips, or Dorner Block Gangster Crips, Edgemont Criminal Gang, and the Young Paper Chasers, who emerged as one powerhouse criminal gang in Moreno Valley region of Riverside County, California. The Dorner Block Crips, also known as D Block, are primarily but not exclusively African-American street gang, boom, boom. You know, so you had Edgemont Criminals, Dorner Block, and YPC. And they all merged into one. So you got niggas who's Crips, that's a part of the Edgemont umbrella. And specifically, Gangster Crips, that's a part of the Edgemont umbrella. You see what I'm saying? So it's a similar thing, just like with the Hoover thing. And you gonna tell me there's no relation, y'all didn't take no influence, but y'all came out in 1997? Come on, bro. Look, can we just be honest here? Not saying you, not taking nothing away from you niggas whatsoever. But we just got to be logical here with the trajectory and the lineage and the ideology, etc., of the Hoover Criminals coming out 89 in that county jail, kind of blossoming into them early 90s, and then with the spreading out, the dispersal of LA gang members into the IE, getting away from LA and opening up different drug markets and things like that. Admittedly, there was a significant Hoover presence, specifically the 9 Deuces in Edgemont. So are we gonna really act like there's just no influence, no relation? I mean, let me ask the people out there watching, the commenters, does that make any sense? Let's keep going.
But we are EBK, like far as, you know, our enemy and what's going on. It's not directed to anybody else like that, and we don't use that word, you feel me? So I'm here to say with my homies that we don't do that, you know what I'm saying? And we ain't on nothing like that with outside communities that don't have nothing to do with what we got going on with our enemy, period. You feel me? Right. That's how we rock, man, you know what I'm saying? So it's like a different type of breed from the elders to the young people, you know what I'm saying? Right. We don't be on that type of timing, but we on our own timing, you feel me? As far as based on that, we as ourselves, as a community, as the old people, the older people, you know what I'm saying, being around this shit, and that's why I love to stay around and represent it with my young crowd, because they are the up and coming, you know what I'm saying? And they are the future. Oh, no. Still being me who I am right now, because still being me who I am right now, being who I am today. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people are kind of associating you guys with like Hoover stuff in LA. You made it clear.
Oh, no. Like,
it's two different things.
it's two different things, man. You know, Hoovers is Hoovers and Edgemonts is Edgemonts, man. They from LA, we from out the IE, Riverside County. You know what I'm saying? They enemies, our enemies, our enemies. You know what I'm saying? There's no parts of us with them starting to the finish. Only thing, I got love and respect for the Hoovers, because I know a lot of Hoovers, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of them, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? And I got respect for them, just like they got respect for us too, you feel me? But we just don't push the same thing they push. We got a black flag, and they got a orange flag or a blue flag.
For people at home, between like LA.
They from LA, we from out the IE, Riverside County. You know what I'm saying? They enemies, our enemies, our enemies. You know what I'm saying? There's no parts of us with them starting to the finish.
You just said there's no parts of them with us from starting to the finish. But that's just not true. It's just not true. We know that's not true. And this is what I'm talking about when niggas come with the revisionist history. You're trying to revise and change history. So the start of the edge, you mean to tell me that no Hoovers have any part whatsoever with the start of the Edgemont Criminal Gang? None whatsoever? You said there's no parts from the start to the motherfucking finish, nigga. You just said that. Come on. Now, I understand where the emphasis for differentiation is, but here's we're gonna talk about a few things, but let's just go here. See, I just really wanted to react to the hood vlog. Now I'm getting political, right?
Oh, no. Like,
it's two different things.
It's two different things, man. You know, Hoovers is Hoovers and Edgemonts is Edgemonts, man.
Hoovers are Hoovers and Edgemonts is Edgemonts. But both is the question is criminal. That's the question.
Man, they from LA, we from out the IE, Riverside County. You know what I'm saying? They enemies, our enemies, our enemies.
Now that's what I want to key in on right there. They enemies, and our enemies, our enemies. So based off of statements like that, I could surmise something. Because Brick Baby said this on an episode of No Jumper. That he then went into the county jail and a nigga from Edgemont Criminal called him out for a fade based on he was running with the Hoovers because he was from Edgemont and it was a criminal thing and him being a rolling 60. So it seems like there was confusion and debate amongst, and there is, right? And we're going to demonstrate that, debate amongst the Edgemont Criminals on who politics they was going to fall under in. I'm hearing about some of them going to the pen, running with the set, some of them running with the IE. You know, they're supposed to run with the IE and they don't want to inherit, because this does happen, right? If you're now inheriting LA politics, you're taking on a whole lot of problems that you may not necessarily want to take on, especially when you get up in that system. You know, you might just want to stick to your own politics, y'all all being from the Inland Empire and keeping it to what you know, as opposed to now getting up into very complicated LA politics that are very expansive. Right, having to take on beef of the whole neighborhood car, that's a lot, my nigga. Let's just be real. It's a lot of them motherfuckers, even into the IE. So, you know, that's probably, we got to really have a roundtable discussion, you know, because again, we're not taking nothing from the Edgemonts, man. I was dealing with a girl earlier this year. Let me tell y'all something. She told me, man, I used to be up there the murder Val, my best friend from the murder. I said, oh, it's a murder. Yeah, this Edgemont though. Right? I'm just saying that trolling, but you know, they criminals. So I'm just showing the love. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what, you know, homies always told me about the Edgemont niggas anyway. Like, oh yeah, it's the IE homies. Like, niggas criminal gang. Like, boom, boom. Okay, smooth. Nigga, bitch, this Edgemont then. Nigga, you talking about the murder. She like, oh, never that. Nigga, this sex, cash, all that. And Edgemont. Shout out to everybody, though. Y'all ain't tripping. But, you know, so it's love to them. I know they got a serious reputation. They done did their thing. But we got to start being honest about the history. Y'all got some of that motherfucking orange DNA up in there. It's okay. That's a good thing. Let's keep going.
You know what I'm saying? There's no parts of us with them starting to the finish. Only thing, I got love and respect for the Hoovers because I know a lot of Hoovers, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of them, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? And I got respect for them, just like they got respect for us too, you feel me? But we just don't push the same thing they push. We got a black flag and they got a orange flag or a blue flag.
For people at home, between like LA and IE, like in your eyes, you know, say what kind of separates you guys culturally and vibe-wise?
I ain't gonna lie, it's well because it's the counties, shit like that. They got different counties, and we got our own county. And the thing that separates us is that, you know, we don't move like they move. We move like how we move. Right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own identities. You know what I'm saying? But it's the same culture though. Can't not say that it's not because of the geographics of the gang shit. Right. It don't matter if we from IE or we don't matter if we from LA, it don't matter if we from out of town. And you banging, you banging. You know what I'm saying? Represent your hood the way you represent your hood. Right. Period. You know what I'm saying? I don't look down on it like that. If you got people that look down on it like that, oh, he from this area, so we know him. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
This Cash Boy Tax, his interview with Street TV. If you ain't seen it, check it out, man. Good interview. I think he gets locked up during this interview. But he just kind of breaks down the IE and some of the IE politics because like the Edgemont Criminals, Sex Cash. Me, when I used to hear about Sex Cash, again, I never fucked it with the IE like that for real. Like, I hated going to, I'm gonna be real, I still hate going to the IE to this day. I absolutely hate it. But hey, shout out to niggas from the IE, no disrespect to the IE, people, individuals, just the way the IE is, I don't be liking that shit. Anyway, it's the scenery and the shit, I just don't fuck with it. But shout out to the people. It's not the people's fault. It's like Ohio people. I never want to go to Ohio. It seems like a piece of shit place. But great people. I mean, great people, especially amazing women from Ohio. But yeah. So, boom. So I used to hear about sex. I used to hear about Sex Cash a lot because my homie, the homie from my turf, his little big brother. He was younger, but Cub was nigga from, you know what I'm saying? He from 1200. I'm my nigga though. Used to thug with him. Used to definitely thug with Cud like hard. You see what I'm saying? Out in Dago County. And grew up with Sex Cash. I'm hearing about these Sex Cash. I'm hearing about Murder Valley. It's like 04, 05, 06, nigga. We hearing about Murder Valley, nigga. And you hear about Sex Cash. And I was a neat person. Sex Cash was a blood gang. Apparently, they not. They just green rags. They not bloods. They're their own independent thing. Right, so he's gonna kind of break down some of the IE politics right here.
Feel what sets exist out here and in what cities they're in?
The sets that exist out here, the main sets that you're gonna bump into is really gonna be us, Sex Cash Mafia. You're gonna run into the Edgemonts. You know what I'm saying? It's a blood hood. That's Savage Life, Dandelion Bloods. It's a little Crip hood out here called Wild Flags. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole bunch of like other little smaller gangs that fuck with either us or them in between here.
Okay, and then what about when you go over to Riverside and San Bernardino?
Riverside and San Bernardino got way, like Riverside as far as black gangs, you probably gonna really, Casablanca, 1200 block Georgia Street. It used to be like a faux tray. I don't know if it's a faux tray still. Rubidoux Projects on the dead homies. The homies from Rubidoux Projects, PJs, they big, you know what I'm saying? San Bernardino, oh my God, they got a handful. But as far as like the gangs that I know of, myself personally, it's gonna be the 5th Streets, the Delmans, the California Gardens, PJs, Lil Zions. Then you got like the No Loves, you got the No Cuts, you got PPHGs. Like they got like a real roster.
That's Rialto though. I think right when you get to the PPHGs and the No Loves and all that. That's Rialto if I'm not mistaken. Still the IE, but not. I think it was at San Bernardino County. The IE shit is confusing. I don't know.
You got niggas that's from other cities that, you know, like that congregate out there, so they might as well be from there, like the Durocs, you feel me? Hey, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot.
What about Paris, which is like southeast of here, right?
You get Paris right here to the left. Really with them shit. Gnaw Gang, which is from out in San Bernardino County.
Yeah, I used to hear about the Gnaw Gang a lot too, though. Like, for sure. I used to hear hell about the Sex Cashes, Edgemont, Nah Gang, like a motherfucker when it came to the IE. Like, them was the names that was ringing the most.
They got a little branch out there. That's why we beef with them now. You know what I'm saying? And Paris Lokes, and then whatever them other neighborhood Paris niggas is doing. You feel me? Which is still to be determined.
When you came up, you joined a set that's not Crip or Blood.
Yeah.
Explain that, and what are the challenges of being from, I don't know, is it independent? What do you guys call it?
Yeah, you could say that. You know what I'm saying? It's different. It's definitely, you know what I'm saying? But out here in Moreno Valley, it's like, it's a blood hood, the Savage Lives. It's a Crip hood. You know, I ain't gonna mention them. They but trash. But instead of like Crips and Bloods, it's like, you feel me, the Mafia versus the Criminals. So you got green rags versus black rags instead of red versus blue.
Okay. And
it was a little bit harder because even I done been to juvenile hall twice. I done been to the county jail 11 times. And I done been to prison twice. So nigga be like, you know, like y'all Crips or Bloods. Like nigga, we ain't neither. Nigga, we green rag, we a Mafia. You feel me? It was Crips, it was Bloods. You know what I'm saying? That was from this. And once this shit became a gang, once niggas started losing people and people started dying, niggas had to choose up.
Yeah, and that's the thing about the IE. You know, again, it's a place that developed later on. Whereas, you know, you have rich black history dating back early into the 1900s in LA. The IE is something that developed slowly over the course of time, especially going into the late 70s and into the 80s, and originally kind of like a suburb that was created for white flight to kind of facilitate white flight. And eventually black people started to flight their ass up in there, and now, you know, there's an influx of Latinos as well that have left and ventured off into the IE. You see what I'm saying? So when that happens, again, you have transient, but you also have people who already from something, right? You might have somebody 16 years old, you know, they from Compton, they from, let's say, just Nutty Block, Compton, Crip, boom. All of a sudden, they family pick up and move to the IE. You still drawn to the streets and the criminality, you know, and everybody is immobile. You can't just always be going back to Compton and fucking with the homies, and then you may start feeling this new little clique you hanging with. Y'all create a little name. Like, let's take, for example, the PPHs, the Pimp Player Hustler Gangster Crips, that's out there, I believe, in Rialto. Say you out there kicking it. You fucking with the homies, and y'all just got to click PPH. You get this PPH, this PPH, this we just pimp players and hustlers though. And y'all fighting, and all of a sudden somebody gets chipped, and all of a sudden y'all sliding back and chipping something else. And now this is full-fledged gang banging at this point, right? So now when you full-fledged gang banging now, we got to choose what the fuck we gonna be. And then somebody might have said, well, shit, nigga, I'm from H.I. Gangster. Nigga, already, I'm from Marvin Gangster. So we just gonna put the GC on it, nigga. We gonna be Pimp, Player, Hustler, Gangster, Crips. Boom. Not saying that that's their history, but just showing you how a lot of the IE sets developed, right? Now, again, like I told you, I used to be hearing about Sex Cash. I used to hear about them niggas. And like I said, I thought it was a blood gang. Like, I heard it was BPSs and shit like that out there, and like it was like some blood shit. So I don't know, but like he's saying that there were people who were Crips and Bloods that were a part of Sex Cash when Sex Cash was merely a clique, and when it came time to graduate into full-fledged gangdom, if you will, them niggas had to choose up if they was gonna go back to their original turfs or if they was just gonna turn Sex Cash. So this is very complicated, the dynamics and the politics in the IE, but I hope everybody's following, right? But he's getting ready to give some insight on that thing with Edgemont, and because those are his primary enemies, he gonna know a little something about it, right? So let's just listen close, because he's getting ready to give us a little insight on the Edgemonts that's gonna call some of the narratives that certain of the Edgemont members are pushing into question.
Okay, so on the different levels, juvenile hall, county jail, and prison, where does being from this independent, non-Crip, non-blood entity give you the most trouble out of those different levels of incarceration?
Prison, because every jail that I've been to, juvenile hall, is in Riverside County. County jail, I've been to San Bernardino County jail before, but Riverside County, so it's like, when I tell a nigga like I'm from Sex Cash Mafia, they like, oh, okay, because this is where I'm at. Now, if I would've went to like LA or something, they probably would've been more questions, because it's out there, you get what I'm saying? But out here, it's like everybody knew. But when I got to prison, when it's a mixture of everybody from California, they like, oh, what you run? Like, I run Inland, I run IE. They like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? I don't run Crip, I don't run Blood, I don't run Gangster, I don't run Neighborhood, East Coast, I don't run none of that shit, nigga, just run IE. You know what I'm saying? So they be like, oh, are you cool? Like you cool from over there.
So who do you hang out with when you're in the California prison?
Shit, it's a lot of different hoods that run IE. Like some hoods, you know, they are Crips or they are Bloods, so they can run IE or they can run under like the gangster car, Casablancas. You feel me? Like they IE too, cause they in Riverside. But if they choose to run gangster Crip, they can run gangster Crip. They can run Riverside County Crip.
So this is where, you know, this is where the politics get complicated. Because what he's saying is, if you remember Casablanca, shout out to the Casablancas. My best friend, he was born in the Casablancas. You know, he had to come on home to the set though, but he was born in the Casablanca when he was a baby, right? Anyway, what you're saying is, for example, if you remember the Casablanca Gangster Crips, right? And you enter the penitentiary, you can make one of three choices. You could either run gangster car, you could run IE. The IE is a neutral car where you can have the Crips, Bloods, and the independent gangs like Sex Cash all in one car. Or you can run Riverside County Crip. Riverside County Crip also have its own car. You see that? So you have three choices that you can make. And the thing is, if three different members of Casablanca come into a particular institution, you can have a member of Casablanca in each of these cars. That's kind of complicated politics right there. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Real niggas link up, like especially going to the pen, like networking, meeting niggas from all over. Like I got homies from 8-Track, cause a nigga in the pen, I was with the gangsters, nigga run gangsters and all that. You feel me? For the simple fact that it's this Crip. You feel me? Like a nigga will run IE, but it's the IE car fucked up because it's Bloods intermingled with the Crips. So when I got to the yard, I'm not knowing, this is my first time to the pen. I got to the yard, I'm like, I'm from Riverside, like, Casablanca Gangster Crip, like, nigga, IE, nigga, like, oh, you with us, like, and so, like, I didn't really know, and then the nigga, like, oh, I'm like, who the rep, like, and the rep was a Blood. So I'm like, cuz, I'm not answering no nigga. I was doing my own thing for a little bit, and niggas, the gangster niggas, like, where you from, nigga? Like, when I bang on niggas, like, I bang bitch, like, nigga, Casablanca Gangster Crip. So they're like, oh, moving gang, like, you with us, like, so them niggas embrace me, cuz, like, I fuck with the gangsters tough, cuz, I'm Crip. Cause certain homies will push Riverside Crip, certain homies will push IE. But I didn't do none of that for that particular reason. I'm not mingling. I fuck with Don Moves, you feel me? Ain't nothing against no Don Moves, but ain't no Don Move from a whole different color rag finna tell me what to do.
So he just broke it down. You got Casablanca niggas that's running all three. Now just let's think about this, right? Let's think about this now. Because when you in the penitentiary, right? Shout out Damian Porter, the G homie, 11 dose. He got a whole lot of stories about a whole lot of cars tripping with each other. Now, just think about this. Let's say the Riverside Crip car, or let's just say the IE car and the gangsters get into it. You from Casablanca. Your homie from Casablanca with the gangsters. You from Casablanca with the Riverside Crips, nigga. And you got to go against your homie from your gang. Not like your friend that you know and he from the... No, your homie from your hood. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's a little strange. Now let's get back to Cash Boy Tax, because again, we still ain't got to the point I'm really looking for, which we're going to run right into it right now. Cash Boy Tax. Let's go.
They can run, you feel me, IE. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of different hoods that run IE. Like some hoods, you know, they are Crips or they are Bloods, so they can run IE or they can run under like the gangster car, like Casablancas. You feel me? Like they IE too, cause they in Riverside. But if they choose to run gangster Crip, they can run gangster Crip. They can run Riverside County Crip. They can run, you feel me, IE. You know what I'm saying? I might bump into Colton, like bump into Colton niggas. I'm in the pen with Colton niggas, 5-time niggas, 5th Street. You know what I'm saying? Like in San Bernardino, they bang 5th Street. It's like they might run IE. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, 9 times out of 10, they gonna run IE. So it's just like. It just depends on what hood you from. I got homies from out here that they can either run inland or they can run Blood if they Bloods.
Now, when you get in there,
we only got one option though.
Yeah, IE, right?
Yeah, anything else is not tolerated and not acceptable.
Okay, now when you run the IE car in prison though, you're gonna be mixed in with your enemies, huh?
Yep.
And what is that like the first time you had to do that and have that structure?
Every time I hit the yard, they said something to me. You feel me? Damn, I'm up here. Like, what's up? You feel me? You tripping? Like, man, everything inland, cause it's like the car low key be short. Like when you get to the pen, you might bump into You see, you hit the yard, you see 30 gangsters at the table, 30 neighborhoods at the table, and it's probably like 10, 11, you feel me, IE niggas, and that's a good number.
Shout out to my brother Roughneck. So look what Cash Boy Tax is finna say about the Edgemonts right here. Now Edgemont, y'all got some splaining to do. Y'all got some splaining to do.
Phone call something like that now? You get locked up? Yeah.
Shit, I don't know. Like when I was in there, they give you an hour. They give you an hour free each week.
Got you. Now, when y'all get locked up, says Cash, who y'all run with? The IE car, or you guys run with
we run
y'all own?
Sure, yeah. Like
sure.
over there, like I heard the niggas say some bullshit like
Riverside.
Edgemont, but some of them niggas be running with the Hoovers. Some of them niggas do run IE. Some of them niggas run Riverside County Crip. I done seen like 4 or 5 of them niggas on the same yard. And each one of them niggas run different cars. Like.
He said he done seen 4 or 5 Edgemonts on 1 yard. Each one of them was running different. One was running IE, one was running Riverside County Crip, and one was running Hoover. Now, I thought y'all didn't do that. I thought it was just, you see what I'm saying? I thought y'all didn't do that. We got to start being honest here. We let Edgemonts, come on, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
I heard you only supposed to run IE, period.
Got you. I ran with the IE niggas straight. I didn't gang bang, but I'm with my niggas though. IE all day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For sure.
Y'all get on the comment boards, man. Let me know what you think about this whole situation with the Edgemonts. Again, there's no disrespect, nothing but love to y'all. Y'all that held y'all own, did y'all thing, still doing y'all thing, man. Much love to y'all. But y'all got that orange up in your DNA, man. It's okay, man. It's okay. You ain't got to wear the orange rag. You ain't got to say you Hoovers. Y'all are Edgemonts. We get it. But you got some of that Hoover up in that DNA. That's all we saying, man. That's all we saying. And, you know, again, that's a compliment. As far as the gang world go, that's a major motherfucking compliment, man. That's noble stock. That's like, you know, in the dog breeding world, you know, when they breed that grand champion dog and like, nigga, where the documentation? What's his blood? Oh, Hoover, nigga. Oh, Nah, for real, though. Get in the comments, man. Let me know what y'all think. Me personally, hey, y'all do what y'all do. That's y'all business. I'm just saying, though, man, anybody pushing criminal, man, all the criminals should just come together. That's all I'm saying, man. But look, get in the comments. Let me know, man. It's Gorilla, man. I'm out of here. Praise the Lord.